Welcome to the Season 2 premiere of the J-Karp Show. Okay, let's just cut to the chase. I'm going to give you my review on Week 3 of the NFL. What one hell of a week. We saw 3 overtime games, Saints falling 0-3, and some of the most controversial calls you will ever see in football. Now, first, let's go to Sunday night, where the Ravens and emotionally wide receiver Torrey Smith, who lost his brother Saturday night in a motorcycle accident, scored 2 touchdowns, and the Ravens were able to kick a last-second controversial field goal to beat the Pats 31-30. Bill Belichick recently has been fined $50,000 for at the end of the game he grabbed a referee to try to get its attention to review the field goal. As you know, the Ravens and Browns in 2007 went to the locker room, Baltimore thinking they won. When they reviewed the field goal Phil Dawson kicked, found out it was legal by reviewable, counted it good, tied the game, Browns won in OT. Now, if you thought Sunday night was controversial, you wait till you hear about what happened Monday night. The Packers and the Seahawks in Seattle, one of the loudest stadiums, not the loudest stadium in the NFL. Packers trying as hard as they can to hold Seattle to hold on to a 12-7 lead. Russell Wilson, 4th and 10 at the 45, scrambles back. He throws it to Golden Tate in the end zone. And he apparently looked like he had at least an arm on it, but Packers safety M.D. Jennings grabbed it. And when you see it in slow-mo, trust me, he grabbed it. But Tate had an arm on it. As they both went down into the end zone with the ball, the whole time Jennings pretty much had possession of it. What did the wonderful replacement refs do? They ruled it a touchdown for Seattle. The crowd went crazy. The Packers, well, to say the least, were pissed off. But I would be too if I got screwed like that. I mean, just imagine if somehow Green Bay missed the playoffs by 1 game this year. You know what game they're looking back on? Yep, you know it, this one. And there were some Packer players who were pissed off so bad they didn't even want to go back onto the field to try and block an extra point. Because by NFL rules, you have to finish the game with an extra point if it ends with a touchdown. So some Packers, as you can tell, they went back out there and they just stood there and watched it go. But yes, Seattle beat Green Bay 14-12. And to this day, Packer fans are completely displeased with the referees. And rightfully so. Even players such as Drew Brees are upset with the refs. Now, I know these refs are trying, but I mean, come on. One of them was an 8th grade geography teacher. It would suck if my 8th grade geography teacher was an NFL referee. I mean, seriously. And I know they say, oh, this one has high school experience. How about you move up the college football refs and then move the high school refs to college for a while? Oh, I even got a better idea. Just end the damn lockout. Just give them the money, reach the agreement, whatever. And they're trying to get them back for week 4. But whether they do or not, it's beyond me. But just make an agreement so we don't have to complain each and every week about how much these refs are ruining the game of football. I mean, for crying out loud, almost every play you see flags on for some reason. I'm surprised some ref hasn't called it 7th down already. Pass interference, number 30. Replay, 7th down. Oh, hang on, 7th inning stretch coming up. I mean, seriously. These refs, I'm trying to be as nice as I can. No, I'm not actually, because I'm tired of it. Week 1, I felt, okay, you know, they're trying, it's under pressure. Week 2, it's like, okay, they're starting to really get annoying. And week 3, they just blew so many calls. I mean, everyone is tired of bullcrap calls, bullcrap penalties, and bullcrap games. It is total, you guessed it, bullcrap. Now, I'm not saying the old refs were the best, because they weren't. Heck, even they made bad calls. But you know what? At least they knew what they were doing. Anyway, week 3 featured many good games, including the Titans-Lions game. And that, it was the last play of the game. Matt Stafford throws a Hail Mary that was tipped and caught by Titus Young in the end zone. 4th and short, in overtime, perfect field goal range for the Lions to win it. What do? They go for it, and they don't make it, and Tennessee wins. And Jason Hansen, I don't care if he's 42 or not, he has one heck of a leg. I would just let him kick it. Now, week 4 is sure to be a special week, especially if this lockout ends. Now, in today's quick hit segment, I'm going to give you my predictions on week 4. First, tomorrow night, we have the Ravens versus Cleveland, and I like the Browns and the Ravens, more the Browns. But I'm sorry, I'm going with the Ravens in this game. I'm sorry, Cleveland. Next, we have Atlanta over the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots over the Bills. Even though the Bills are actually doing good, I will never pick a team that's starting to shard choice. Next, you have the Lions, even though they're struggling, over the Vikings, who actually prevented San Francisco from going another week undefeated. Texans over the Titans. I mean, come on, it's Houston. You do not mess with them this year. They are one of the teams to beat in the AFC Conference. Next, you have the Chiefs over the Chargers. And I know a lot of people might say, what about Antonio Gates and Ryan Matthews? I just feel like when it comes down to it, the Chiefs will come and win. But if Chargers win, that's fine too. Not my problem. Next, we have the 49ers and the Jets. And I'm picking San Francisco, especially with Darrelle Revis out, leaving another good passing lane for Alex Smith. This one, honestly, could go either way. Rams versus Seattle. Now, I'm here in St. Louis. I'm a Rams fan, of course. Why wouldn't I? And we have a good team this year, very young. In Seattle, you all know what happened last week. I just spent a couple minutes telling you what happened. But I just don't feel like it's going to happen this week. I feel like Russell Wilson is still inexperienced despite his pretty average game on Monday. I just feel like it's going to be St. Louis, especially since it's at the Edward Jones Dome, where St. Louis showed no mercy to RG3 and the Washington Redskins. So I'm going to go with the Rams. Next, we have Arizona Cardinals over the Miami Dolphins. I don't care what you think. The Cardinals might actually be legit this year. I mean, this whole NFC West division, which was a complete joke last year, seems to be actually a legit threat for the NFC. Next, you have the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Raiders, I'm sorry, Carson Palmer, I don't mind you, but your team is just too inconsistent. I'm going with Denver. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Now, this game I'm actually excited to watch. This might be an actually better game than you'll think. The Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. 0-3 Saints actually hoping for their first win, and hopefully there's no replacement refs. Because, as you know, Packers and Saints fans are pretty pissed off about these refs. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I just believe that without Sean Payton, Saints aren't the same team. Next, I had the Redskins over the Buccaneers. And come on, it's RG3. I feel like he was an overhyped guy. I didn't mind him winning the Heisman. I preferred Monty Ball. But I just believe that this Redskins team is actually pretty solid on all fronts. Might need some O-line work and actually some help in the secondary, but they have a strong team. Next, we have Sunday Night Football and the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, Michael Vickers thrown 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions so far this year. 4 of those interceptions came against Cleveland. I'm picking the New York Giants. And now we have our Monday Night Football game. The Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. What a game it's going to be. Offenses who actually are kind of struggling this year. Key injuries affecting the Bears. Lack of decision-making by the Cowboys. I believe, though, it's going to be the Cowboys, especially if Matt Forte is once again out with his ankle injury. No disrespect to Michael Bush, but I just believe that with Forte, the Bears are a little more consistent. Now, those were my predictions. I hope you all enjoyed them. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. And it does involve the refs, but it also involves the fines. Players have been getting fined, coaches have been getting fined recently for a lot of actions towards the refs. And the NFL in the past has warned the players and coaches not to insult, berate, or yell at these referees. Well, then they got to do us a favor and step up. I guarantee you, if the refs in week 4 are still replacement refs, but they know what they're doing, they know all the calls, and they know what's right and what's wrong, these fans aren't going to be as hectic as they usually have been these past few weeks. They just want their team to succeed, and if their team loses, they don't want officials who are we're supposed to look up to and respect to be the reason they lost. Yes, I believe the Packers got screwed Monday night against Seattle. That's just straightforward. I believe they got screwed. But when you think about it, Packers allowed 8 first-half sacks. Now, I'm not saying they lost on purpose, but I'm saying if you allow 8 first-half sacks to the Seattle Seahawks, you don't deserve to win. That being said, I still think that what the ref call was at the end, especially after the review, that's what surprised me. The review after the touchdown, because you know every touchdown is reviewable, and they still ruled it a touchdown, when it's clearly M.D. Jennings having possession of the football for the Packers. But you know, Seattle fans are going to probably start petitioning to keep these replacement refs in. But like I said, I feel bad for these replacement refs, but I also don't, because you would think since they've been here since the preseason, they would know more about the rules by now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Season 2 premiere of the J-Karp Show. Hopefully when we have our show next week, there's the actual referees back. Right now, they are currently, as the show's being made, they are currently in talks of trying to end this lockout. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope it ends as fast as possible. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week.